Daisy, a great young man, congratulations my friend, of Kenya Environment Action Network, who's made it possible for 20 young people from across the continent to attend this summit. Again, a round of applause for Paul. Many, like Paul, are making a difference in our continent and speaking to the urgency of where we are today in the context of climate change. 2 months ago, under the Eiffel Tower, I called upon the youth of the world to join us in Nairobi to champion the global climate positive growth agenda. Witnessing brilliant young minds from across our youthful continent showcasing climate solutions that stand just an investment away from monumental scalability and impact brings me tremendous joy. I witnessed some of them when I was walking in here, and it confirms to me that indeed the possibilities of the future are immense. When I see what the young people are doing, the innovations, under very difficult circumstances of limited financing, limited support, and what they are achieving gives me great confidence that climate change is a challenge that we will overcome. Standing at the center of this amphitheater, with Kenya nearly equidistant from the north and southern parts of Africa, I know that I am positioned at the heart of Africa, representing the leaders who welcome young people from every corner of our continent. This can only be a testament to Africa emerging as the leader in driving the global shift towards climate action. I urge you, young people from our continent, to take action. Let us initiate this transformative shift together. Africa's youth, in my very honest opinion, are solution-oriented. You yearn for a vibrant economy powered by green jobs, and you possess a strong determination to scale up and maximize opportunities for climate action. With the convening of the Africa Youth Climate Assembly, you have fought your way to the table. And let me tell you that it is the same fight that we are pushing, that the continent of Africa must never continue to be the continent that is a victim to climate change, the continent that complains, the continent that doesn't have ideas. And we have insisted that we are going to change the approach of the continent of Africa. We are going to be armed with our own ideas, with our own proposals, with our assets, and with everything that we have. And we are going to find our way to the table. And we are going to sit on that table and give our ideas and suggest our proposals and make sure that we are part of the solution, not just a victim. And I encourage you as young people to do the same. I am very happy when I see this climate summit, and I want to say this is probably the most important part of the summit. Because this youth assembly represents the stakeholders that have the greatest stake in our present and in our future. And because climate change threatens our present and our future, there is no solution that can be found if we do not involve and engage the people who have the greatest stake in our present and in our future. And therefore, I urge you to insist, to make your way to the table. We're going to facilitate your sitting on the table. Because we all know, it is said that if you are not on the table, you probably and most likely be on the menu. And I do not want any young person or any one of us to be on the menu. Africa's future has the potential to shine brightly. As the world's youngest continent, we will comprise 25% of global workforce by 2050 and 40% by 2100. This immense energy, power, and entrepreneurial spirit can revolutionize not only our continent, but also the globe. Without Africa's entrepreneurial contributions, the world cannot achieve net zero emissions by 2050, and that is a reality. Scientists agree that failing to achieve net zero by 2050 would result in a disaster for life on Earth, humankind, and civilization as we know it. Frankly, there is no need to tell Africa, particularly its youth, about the challenges of climate change. In a recent youth survey, 90% of Kenya's young people indicate that they and their communities have been impacted by climate change. Climate change ranked among the top 3 most important issues for the 60% of them. Across Egypt, Nigeria, and Kenya, between 74% and 88% of youth are somewhat or very concerned about climate change and changing rain patterns, extreme weather events, and the socio-economic repercussions that come with it. These were most frequently cited as the negative impact of climate change. So, why do I believe our future can be remarkably bright? After all, we must generate 30 million new jobs each year to accommodate our rapidly growing youthful workforce. And that's a challenge even without the added complication of climate change. My optimism emanates from the fact that Africa's youth is a pivotal part of our solution. Additionally, our untapped potential in renewable energy and natural resources is a key factor. These 3 elements, the young people of our continent, providing labor, innovation, creativity, enterprise, the energy resources that are abundant in our continent, and the natural assets that we have in this continent, whether it is green minerals or whether it is carbon sinks, are the driving forces behind the technical feasibility and commercial viability of the solutions we need for today and tomorrow, especially in the context of climate change. These solutions will safeguard our natural carbon sinks, transition our consumption to be greener and decarbonized, not only in Africa, but also globally, and implement large-scale carbon removal. Africa has the capacity to expand its economy and prosperity while avoiding worsening the climate situation, and in fact, offering climate-smart solutions. A climate-positive green growth, that is our aim. Our youth can imagine that future. You signal that if climate action can enhance livelihoods and support families, you will stand behind it and support it. And I want to confirm to you that that is indeed the case. Over the next few days, Africa and global political leaders, investors, industry leaders, and scientific experts We'll explore how Africa can harness its potential to play a pivotal role in the global fight against climate change. We will also focus on how we can achieve equitable and sustainable prosperity for all by seizing these opportunities. To turn this vision into reality, Africa's youth is front and center. I eagerly anticipate learning from you about the ongoing initiatives and innovations, as well as the support you require. As we engage with various stakeholders and decision makers, it is crucial for us to understand what you and other youth across the globe need in order to shape and accelerate these opportunities. Let us now work on accommodating your dreams, an economic future painted green and brimming with boundless potential for collective climate action solutions. Your dreams of climate action are too vast to be contained. They command space, priority, financing, and scaling up. And I was very happy to listen to the youth envoys and the young people who have had a conversation with this summit on where you think this is going. And quite frankly, if you ask me, the 30 million jobs that we need to create for our young people, the entrepreneurial opportunities that exist in our continent, that climate change could possibly be not just a challenge, but on the flip side, a solution to the challenges that we have. In fact, climate change puts Africa, and by extension, the young people of Africa, at the heart of the solution for climate change, creating opportunities for employment, creating opportunities for investment, creating opportunities for innovation and creativity, and creating opportunity for enterprise and business. And the people who have the greatest stakeholders in those opportunities, and we are going to be presenting Africa as a continent that is coming with opportunities. We have assets. The largest assets we have in this continent is our renewable energy assets. We have the greatest potential of green assets in the renewable energy space in Africa. We have the largest assets of green minerals that can be used to leverage on the green potential that exists. We have the largest, in probably two-thirds of the largest, two-thirds of Africa's uncultivated arable land. And we have the jewel, the young people of our continent. With those assets, Africa is very well positioned, not just to provide solutions to climate change, to drive green growth, to drive green industrialization and green manufacturing, but to also decarbonize the rest of the globe. So we not only are positioned to provide solutions for ourselves, but we are also positioned to provide solutions for others. And that is what I expect you guys, as you engage, to tell us. What are your perspectives? What are your thoughts? What are the new ideas? And how can we together take this forward? Your engagement paves the way and inspires us to do what we must. We rely on your entrepreneurial spirit, your capacity to innovate, and your courage to challenge us, your political leaders, to do that which is right. Demand accountability from us. Demand that we give priority to green growth as a way of attracting investments, building skills, creating and supporting opportunities, and providing market access for your innovations, for your enterprises, for your businesses, and for everything that you do. I am looking forward to coming here on Sunday. You have 3 days to think, to interrogate, to share ideas, to canvass positions, so that, as I said, we can use this very important sector of our climate summit, the Youth Summit, to inform the final declaration of the African position. And I want to guarantee you that it will be left, right, front, and center in our declaration. When you have that amount of trust, it puts on your shoulders great responsibility to do what you must. And I am very confident, looking around this hall, that we have the young people of our continent with the wherewithal, with the ideas, with the innovations, for them to provide us input into what we need to do on this very important subject that poses an existential threat to humanity, but on the flip side, gives us tremendous opportunity as a continent to take ourselves forward and to leapfrog into the future. Congratulations again for the teams that have put this together. You have our support. I have given very clear directions to the Ministry of Environment to support this summit and to make sure that this summit comes up with the ideas that will inform our way into the future. Because as I said, in here sit the people, the men and women, the young people of our continent, who are the greatest stakeholders for our present and our future. Thank you very much. Congratulations, and see you on Sunday.